Hello, friends, and welcome to Table Talk. This is the show where we sit at this table and we answer your questions that you sent in to our Reddit and Twitter and Face book. Let's get started.
That's face in
That was
Italian.
great.
That's face in Italian.
Pace is peace in Italian, right?
Pace is, yes, it is.
Right?
I saw it on a flag in
Me
college.
too.
Yeah. And then I was like, "Pas, what is that?" They're like, "It's Italian."
I was
It's
like,
okay.
it was
It's
like pace
peace.
yourself.
Yeah, and I felt
This
a
is
little
a thing
silly.
that both of you know, and I feel weird about not
I'm just
knowing
excited because she
face
said it, and I was
bocce.
like, "Ooh, I knew it."
Wait, what about bocce ball though? Face ball?
No, that bocce ball?
Bocce ball.
That's
yeah.
where you throw the colored balls, and it's like the most boring game.
Yeah,
other than
it's a game that
cornhole.
sucks.
Cornhole.
I mean,
Oh, was that the beanbag?
That is yes, and that is my.
Why is
least
it called
favorite.
that? Why is it called cornhole?
sounds
'Cause
gross.
I'm actually not.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
just
heard
know
that
it's
at a party,
the
and I was
worst.
like, "Ooh, that's a little off color. That's a little ooh." Can I be saying that right now?
I wish there was a thing called face ball.
Baseball.
Sounds fun.
You just throw a ball. It's like dodgeball for people who don't know how to play dodgeball.
Yeah.
You just
So
like, "Oh, I
bocce
missed."
is not face.
Definitely not, because if you threw a bocce ball at someone's face, you would break
You'd
their
kill
entire
them.
face.
Those shits are heavy.
Bocce.
Pace.
Bocce, what, like the med ball?
Oh,
like a
pace?
medicine ball?
Yeah, they're
Like
like
the one
they're
you
like
like-
little and very heavy, and you have to toss them and like not get them over a
Oh.
line. It's a game and it sucks.
That's
Whoa!
Like, that's like lawn bowling.
Omar.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Omar was just
Tangent done.
no. It's
Bring it
just
to a
his
close.
name is in all caps, so I had to.
Omar!
Omar.
You had to ejaculate that name
Yeah,
out of there.
Ejaculate?
I
Get
had
it
to
right out of his mouth.
ejaculate.
Excuse me.
That works? That
Omar.
is, what, you didn't? I
Omar.
didn't go there. You just came out violently, like an eruption.
Yes, I did. At Omar Sims wants to know, would you rather be trapped in an endless horror film, example, Halloween or Elm Street, or an endless disaster movie, example, Twister, 2012?
Horror
Ooh.
movie. Hands down horror movie, because I think unless it was always changing, you'd learn where, you know, where the murderer is or like what rooms to not
You
go
think
into.
you would develop
You could learn from
oh,
mistakes.
let me
Whereas
not
if
make
it's
that turn.
If it's a tornado or some natural disaster,
True.
you can't like logic your way out of
You
that.
can't prepare for it.
Yeah.
It just happens to you.
Natural disasters are way more terrifying than monsters.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yes,
real.
because a monster you have a chance with. I feel like you have a chance. Maybe it has a heart. Maybe you can reason with it. Maybe there's like his adorable handler who's socially misunderstood, but he can like talk to him down. I'm thinking the thing in the pit in Star Wars, and it was big and scary. That's my illusion there. Editors
'cause-
help me out. But
you
like a
can't-
disaster, it's like
You can't
oh, no.
shoot an earthquake with a gun.
Okay, so like real quick, there's a
I would love to see you try, though.
You could. I mean, you just shoot everything. It'd be very inspired marksmanship. So there's a movie coming out, and it's called San Andreas,
Yes.
and it's
I'm
like
not
with Dwayne.
excited.
Okay, so like I felt the same way about 2012 with John Cusack. No.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, that's kind of hokey. But San Andreas is like they've been predicting the big one in California for years now. And I saw the trailer, and I'm like, I don't think I really want to
No.
see that.
That's a thing for anybody who's watching that doesn't live or hasn't been to California. Everyone is always talking about the big one. It's like, well, there was a 4.0 earthquake in the valley yesterday. The big one must be
Right.
coming. Like,
All the
But
time.
what
All
about
the time.
Nepal?
doomsday prep. Yeah.
That
That's what it is.
happened.
Well, I was listening to NPR this morning, and they were talking about. Then I turned it off because they're doing a pledge drive, and I don't want to listen to that shit. So, basically, they were like, "Oh, Nepal," and they were talking about it and such a tragedy, and that was the natural segue for like, "Oh, California, it's so bad." There was the 1908, 1902 San Francisco quake, which was about that magnitude, and they're saying
Yeah.
like the fault can rupture and really bad, and like Villaraigosa, when he was mayor, was like, "We need to prepare, and we're going to do extra fireman earthquake drills and get into your desk because it's coming, the big one." Oh no! So
Yeah. Well, they actually had to push the movie San Andreas because of the
You serious?
Nepalese earthquake, because they thought it would be in poor taste.
Really?
And I agree with that. Even though, I mean, okay, I know a lot about earthquakes actually, because my father is in the
Yes.
seismic retrofitting and construction business.
No shit.
He earthquake proofs.
He's on the cutting edge. We
Yes.
can get some insider knowledge about this.
Yeah,
crisis
Can you
right
tell
now.
Tell
us
you
when
what you
it's
wanna
gonna
know.
happen?
any freaking day. And can I tell you something? When it does happen, we're all so fucked. It's not even funny.
Why?
Like we're
Yeah.
gonna like what you would need to survive is about 2 months worth of emergency food and water, because that's how long it would take to rescue people is 2 months.
So
I mean, I
people-
feel
It
like
would be
there's
so
a lot
big.
of bottled water here in this office.
No,
I
we
see.
don't-
I don't
we
think we
think
would be
about it.
fine
That's
here.
not what it's for, though.
No, it's not for emergencies.
No, it's to feed the birds that come out. We put a little sugar in it. We have these feeders.
Oh, that's cute.
It's lovely out here.
Who's going to take care of the birds during the earthquakes?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, are you kidding?
The
They're at an
real
advantage.
questions.
They're at an
Fucking San
advantage.
Andreas.
They get to fly.
They're going to go for our
They're going to be
eyeballs.
up in the air during
they're
that
fine.
earthquake.
I'm gonna be like, no.
I forgot.
I'm
I
gonna
be
forgot
laughing
birds
at
fly.
us.
They'll
Yeah,
be
they kind of
fine.
have that flight thing going for them. So
We're actually going to bring an earthquake simulator on Table Talk
that'd be fun.
pretty soon.
Have you guys ever? Did you guys ever have like space camp when you were growing up? Would you ever see the advertisements for space
Yeah.
camp? And it was like it was like always on Nickelodeon, and it was always like the top prize. And you see all like these little happy 12-year-old kids with like Kool-Aid mustaches, like, oh, we're gonna go to the simulator. It's going to be great. I was like, that looks like the coolest fucking thing.
I didn't ever get to
just
go to
wish we
space
had
camp,
space
but I
camp.
did eat
I'm
a lot
sorry.
of astronaut ice cream as a child.
Is that the one, the 3 stripey one?
Yeah, it's the dehydrated
That's
ice
cool.
cream. It tastes like sweet chalk.
Wait, dehydrated ice cream?
Yeah.
That sounds like space food.
Yeah.
It is space food. And then they have like freeze-dried strawberries or whatever. But did you guys hear like 2 years ago, I think, they were like, oh, we're going to start 3D printing pizza for astronauts that go on like 5-year journeys to Mars so they can have some variety to food. It's the coolest thing. So
You
it's
can print
basically...
food? Is
Yeah.
that a thing they can do? They can print food now?
Like
Yeah,
in
they can.
Spy Kids?
So it's basically a couple cartridges of like fats, proteins, whatever you need to make food, and then there's other cartridges that have flavor and aroma in it, and it's like science happens, and then you build a pizza. And pizza is apparently a great candidate because it's in layers.
It
It's
is.
like 3D printed. So
I like how excited you
thing.
got with the layers.
I like pizza. And I like
who
science.
doesn't? Who doesn't? And science is cool. Did we all answer this question?
Well, I crumpled it up so hard.
Neither.
Let me get-
Neither. No, it's time for
Omar,
that.
I'm sorry.
Neither. Omar!
Would you rather be trapped in
Neither.
a horror film or a disaster movie? Horror
Horror
film.
You had
I
a
think
really
you decided.
intelligent answer,
Hands
so I
down.
think that's
I think
it.
she-
That makes
she
sense.
did it.
You win.
I did it.
Whitney
I won.
All right, I'm gonna go next. I'm
Whitney.
gonna go next.
Whitney's been in a horror film.
What do you think about this one? What do you think about
Oh!
that? That was close.
That was real close.
Is this flat? Is this flat? Is this Flash? Flash, yeah. Oh my God, we can cut that out. I'm sorry, that was awful. No, okay.
Please leave it in.
I know my Terrace HD. I always cringe badly when seeing something embarrassing happen. To the point, it usually makes me want to just walk away in discomfort. So my question is, what is the most embarrassing situation you have ever witnessed?
Witnessed, not been a part of.
Witnessed, yeah, not been a part of.
I don't think about that.
Yeah.
So like embarrassing for somebody else. So like you saw this and it was so embarrassing and you were like, wow, I'm embarrassed. Like I gotta go hide my face. Is that what it's saying? I don't know. That extreme. I don't know. When I see somebody like trip and fall in public or something like that, when it's like a big group of people, and it's like sort of, see, you're laughing, you're a horrible person.
That's the thing that makes me laugh hardest is when people like trip.
And
You're
that's the thing.
horrible!
Well, no, it's bad, but it's like that's sort of like a normal human reaction. It's like, oh my God, like there's a moment of comedy, and if you're a good person, then it's like, oh my God, I feel a little bad for laughing. Now should I go help this person?
What's the word for that? There's a German word, Schadenfreude. I don't know, but it's
apathy?
like they've got a word for taking pleasure in other people's misfortunes.
Schadenfreude?
Schadenfreude. Someone.
Taking pleasure. But that's the
Answer.
thing. I feel like something like that instance is like an upchuck kind of visceral human reaction. It's like, oh my God, look at that. Oh. But then it's like, hopefully you feel a little bad, or hopefully your instinct is to whatever. But it makes me feel bad when like you see something like that, and then it's just like, or somebody's really hurt or like really hurt themselves. Like maybe they're going to be on the ground for a couple ticks, and people just like the innocent bystander kind of syndrome. It's like, oh, there's a lot of people, so the next guy will help. So then
Yeah.
nobody really helps. Like that's like, ooh, that's
I
less
saw-
embarrassed than just like feeling bad.
The last thing that I remember seeing someone being embarrassed for them was this last weekend. I was at the Magic Castle, which is a club for
Ooh.
magicians. It's really fun.
I've never heard it described that way. Thank you so
That's
much
what
for
it
that.
is. It's a magician's club. And I was there, and it was towards the end of the night, and there's this woman with a group, and she was probably like mid-50s. She was an older lady, and she was absolutely blackout drunk. And it's funny if it's like, you know, one of your peers or someone that's
Yeah.
your age, but if it's a woman that's a lot older than you, being blackout drunk is not cool as an old lady.
And that's the worst too, if everybody's aware and you're like totally oblivious. I think
was-
that just makes it like, oh god.
She was in a group of 5,
myself.
and she was talking like she had the same sort of vocal affectation as a lot of Valley girls, or I guess like Malibu girls.
Oh my god,
being
like stop
Don't
it.
tell me what to do, okay? They just got engaged. Don't you take their wedding ring?
I think there was a magic trick involving a wedding ring. She was like, "Don't do it. She just got engaged." Like,
Don't do it. She just
yelling.
got engaged. Also, I want carrots and Cracker Jack.
Yeah, she was a little extra.
God, I can't wait to be 50.
Ooh, I can. Yeah, no,
I mean-
no rush at all.
It's gonna be my prime.
I'd like to go back.
On
a
the
little
flip
bit.
side of that, I guess, like, when I'm a really old lady, I won't give a shit, and I can just be like, be drunk or be weird and be
With
like,
cats?
whatever.
Will you have cats?
Respect your elders. I don't care.
Get off my
So
lawn.
what happened to this woman? She wasn't embarrassed,
She was
clearly, right?
No, she was real drunk. But we left when we were watching this magic show, because she just kept like interrupting it and being like literally yelling at the magician. So everyone just got uncomfortable and left. Anticlimactic story, but
Money.
she was awful. Ooh.
Right in no one's lap.
Right,
Close.
no one's lap.
Can I pick one?
Yes. The most embarrassing thing that I've witnessed was my friend's grandmother was dancing at a wedding, and my friend's uncle was dancing with her, and he was like holding her and dancing, and he like squeezed her really tight, and she peed her pants.
Oh no!
It's
Yeah,
funny now, but it was
public
actually
urination is
really
a tough
sad
one.
when it happened because she started to cry.
Oh, poor girl.
All right, go ahead.
That's rough.
Ronan says, SourceFedNERD, if you had to live outside the U.S., where would you choose to live and why?
Oh,
Japan.
that's really hard. Japan, have you been?
Yeah, it's fucking
Is it
awesome.
amazing?
Yeah, and what I liked about visiting there, I went a couple of years ago, and what I liked about it is they're so goddamn nice
Yeah.
to foreigners.
That's
and
really cool.
In America, it's a total grab bag of if someone's nice to you or not. It's like, you know,
Oh, it's
you
totally
can get
random. You
help
don't
or
even
you
know.
can get judged immediately. But everyone was going out of their way to help us.
Were
It's
people like flipping out over
beautiful.
like the blonde hair and the like every time I
Yes.
hear like
Yes,
people say like they'd
actually.
flip out if I went there. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh my god, they'd go crazy over you. Oh my god, they'd be like, whoa.
I went a couple years ago, and they
They'd
were
be
like,
why? Because they would see a man.
'Cause they'd see a
no, black
Nubian. They're not
people.
used to
Yeah,
that.
they actually have
You're-
they
wait,
adopted
what?
a.
Nubian.
You're a Nubian man?
I have a lot of melanin in my skin.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
How did you not tell us?
Does
a
that mean
thing.
that you're...
Yeah, it is. Have you transcended race? Do you like see beyond that? Do you see through me? When you look at
Okay,
me, what do
I
you
hate
see?
when people say, I don't see color. Isn't that like a disrespectful thing to say? Because it's not acknowledging the fucking struggle, right?
Yeah. I think that
Yes.
it's a misguided way of trying to be polite.
I think it's naive. I think it's somebody trying to sound like they are evolved past the point of it, but really you kind of sound a little bit ignorant because it's like just look at what's happening today. Like
Exactly.
I see past it. It's like no, it's obviously clearly an issue when it's there and there's divisions and people are treated anyway. But yes, no.
I
But
think
you
they
do great.
would love you in Japan.
I
They
think
would.
so.
They'd go crazy. There's a style that happened a couple years ago called B-boys and B-girls, which is like essentially blackface, and it was just like
But it doesn't have the
totally
same
innocent.
connotation
No,
there.
it
Yeah,
wasn't.
it'd be-
It's
it's a
not
different
mocking the
cultural
way it
thing.
was in
Yeah,
America.
no,
It
sure.
was like, this is such a cool style. I'm gonna dress like a gangster, and so it's like
Oh, so they're wiggers.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
They're
can, 'cause
Japanese
they're not
wiggers.
white.
Japanese.
Yeah, B-boys. It was.
Where?
Oh, if you said it, then
I
it would
can't.
justify
I
it.
can't.
Because there's a lot of uncomfortable dudes behind
I
the
know,
camera
I
right
can't,
now.
I
They're like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, my answer is and remains Japan. Food's great. People are great. Beautiful city.
If
How about you
sushi
guys?
was the only food left on Earth and I had to eat one food for the rest of my life, it'd be sushi.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So is that your answer? Is that where you would live in
No, well, I would live in
Inside
sushi.
a sushi roll?
Maybe I would live inside of a sushi
Would you be
roll.
salmon or a spicy tuna?
You totally missed my thing, or decided to breeze past it. That's fine. I think I'm a little Japonese. That's why I wanted to go, and I'm so like
So
interested.
you would go to Japan.
Oh, yeah, I would. I don't know if was the question where would you live for
Yeah.
like the rest
Yeah.
of your life. I don't know, because I've never been, so I can't really say Japan. I could get there and I'd fucking hate it. I mean, that's impossible. But America's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I
Other
mean,
than America.
the reason I went is because I
Sorry.
dated a dude who was English. He was teaching English there, and he was there for a year, and he was like definitely ready to come back when he was done because there's no other white people, and so that can be like a feeling of real displacement, and you can get real reverse culture shock when you go to other places.
I heard you can't be a citizen of Japan unless you're Japanese.
What?
That's what I just heard the other day. Yeah.
I don't know about that. That's crazy.
I don't know.
though.
Somebody told me that who was like just there recently. They're like, oh yeah, that's why it's so like culture shock when they get like, you know, very pale or other kind of races or ethnicities there. And that's part of the reason. Correct me if I'm wrong, commenters. I'm sure you will.
I'd also love to live in Canada, in like British Columbia or
Canada's
something.
really cool.
Get poutine every single day.
Canada's great.
Okay,
Japan seems cool.
poutine is like
Australia
the
seems
worst
cool.
word ever.
Poutine!
Poutine.
It sounds like you're saying protein. That's poo.
I think of Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang.
Gotta get my poutine. It's like no, it's like
a new
It's
fitness
like my
product.
routine for pooping. Like gotta get my poutine in the morning. It's like gotta do my stretches. Gotta give myself a little poo massage.
That sounds like a nice like pet name.
Vote to make.
Hey, little Poutine.
That's what I'm gonna call you, Ricky.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
well,
vote
not
to
for
make
me,
your
though.
morning shits
I
called
regret that.
poutine. Ready for my poutine?
Ready for
I've
my
been out of
morning
poutine lately.
You can call me poutine then. How's that?
A little poutine. That's real. That sounds
mean,
kind of cute though.
a little cute.
A little
Also,
gross.
it's gravy, so it's like
It is
chunky
gravy. It's gravy
so.
and chunky and fries. It's like you're hearty and you're like comfort food. Oh, poutine.
Okay, we did it. Good answers, everyone.
One more. Wait, hang on. One more. Bree,
Okay.
get in there.
Oh,
Oh
I
wait,
didn't
no,
answer.
this one. Answer.
Oh,
What was the question? Where would you go?
Where would you live outside of
Cuba,
this?
cocaine. Moving on.
Cuba. That's a cool answer. Oh, damn it. I want to like expand on that. All right, moving on.
All right, this is from Wheats29.
Wheats.
Whoa. What is a superior?
Whoa.
He loves gluten.
What?
Mickey D's. I'm gonna let you read right now. I'm gonna let you read, but first I'm gonna need some cultural reference.
What is the superior flavor of Pop Tarts?
S'mores.
Maple brown sugar, girl. Wait, no, it's brown sugar and cinnamon, right?
Oh yeah, that one's good.
I get the
But-
maple and brown sugar oatmeal from here every morning.
Or ice cream. There's an ice cream flavored Pop Tarts.
What?
Yeah, ice cream sundae. It had like hot fudge in it, and you put it in the freezer, and it's not breakfast, but it's
It sure ain't
it's
breakfast,
delicious.
but boy, is it good.
Although if we're being real, I'm a toaster strudels kind of girl.
Oh,
That's
Pillsbury in the house.
Did you know that my dad invented toaster strudel?
You're lying.
Yeah, I know.
You already said what your
was a
dad
good
did
one.
for a living. You can't have
You can't-
to.
you
I
can't
know that was
have
actually
it.
it was a Mean Girls reference. No, okay, I'm gonna flick it.
All right,
It
that was
it
real
was brown
quick.
sugar, guys.
That was real
is,
quick.
we decided.
I don't really like s'mores. I don't really like s'more Pop-Tarts.
I
Maybe
like-
because I've only eaten them cold, and I was always very disappointed every time I bit into one. It was a little flaky, and it didn't really, the goo separation
You know what is
wasn't like I thought
so
it would
flaky?
be. Ooh, wasn't quick enough with that joke.
Los
What, Bree?
Angelinos.
That, but also
About my speed.
Nature-
You're good.
Nature Valley grain granolas. You know
Oh,
those
yeah,
things when
yeah,
you open
yeah,
it and
yeah,
it just
yeah.
crumbles?
I
It
try
just
not to. You know,
disintegrates
they come in like
immediately.
two in a little bar, and I always try to like carefully get
They
them under
ruined
the
my
bar,
life.
and I get
There's no
loose
way to
everywhere.
eat those Nature Valley things without
Can we do one more?
a cascade of crumbs falling down your lap constantly. They're good though.
Savicious is there a quote you will never forget? Either someone said it to you, or it came from media, etc.
When we were at Whole Foods today, the the woman who put my salad in a container was full of quotes. She just started telling me she said 3. 2 of them, one was, if everything's going your way, you're probably in the wrong lane, which is, I don't know,
She's
like
so right.
funny, but
She's so
also
right.
I want things to go my way, so I don't want that to be wrong.
How long were you in
And
line that she was just like riddling off proverbs?
It was
and little
no, it
nuggets
was
to
it
you?
wasn't
Like,
super busy. She was just
She's like,
like,
all right, crazy sandwich lady,
Was
let's
she
just put the provolone on that
wanted
bitch.
to-
Let's
was she
wrap it
a
up.
witch?
Was she a witch?
She wanted to chat, and then the last piece of knowledge she gave me was, if someone's constipated, that means they're full of shit. Literally, that's true. I don't know how.
So she had jokes too. So she had
Yeah.
jokes. She's a failed comedian.
She was really cool.
Sage.
Everyone go to the Whole Foods in. Is that where we are?
Yep, give it away. Keep
I'm
it
not
away.
gonna say no.
No. We're in
Montana, girl.
We're in Toledo.
We're in Montana, girl. Fucking Joe Beretta's right there.
What?
Nothing.
What's a quote that you know of?
You never know until you try. I don't know who said it, but I remember I heard it when I was but a wee pup, and it's very true. And it holds true then, and it holds true now, because sometimes we get frustrated or down on ourselves, or, you know, especially in our media-saturated environment, it's easy to look at, oh, so-and-so, I'll never get there. So-and-so has so much, I'll never get there. And so-and-so, and how will I get there? It's like, well, you never know until you try. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, and you got to start from somewhere. And that's helped me to this point, so there you go.
Aww. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Dad.
It was a serious question, and I'm not going to take your making fun of me to bring me down.
I
'cause that was
wasn't,
great.
though. It was very motivational,
Especially
like a coach.
you, Bree.
You're a life coach.
Miss Empowerment and live long and live healthy. That's a good thing. That's
You
a good
said it. I
That's
never-
a good thing.
Hey.
That's a
Ooh, we're
good
holding
thing.
hands.
We are holding hands.
My hands are a little clammy.
You got
I'm nervous.
You got a little Nubian sheen on you right now. That's what's going on. Don't even fight, girl. Ooh. Black and red. We got the
Shame.
Maybe we should wrap it up.
Okay, wait, I got one more quote that I like, and Bree also has to say one. Mine
All right.
that I like the best is best read as a sentence instead of just heard, so you guys write it down and then you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But it's, the two F's in giraffe are two giraffes running through the word giraffe.
That's cute.
Because F's look
I
like
got it. I got it. Just, don't steal the power from it. I got
I'm going to have to think about that for a little bit.
All right, Luke, here
I'll
you
come
go.
back to that.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Sorry. Next one.
My quote
Yes?
is
Do tell.
it's a Salinger quote, and I really don't want to butcher it. I think I'm going to say it wrong, but it's in the fury and heat of something
Passion?
and gathering adversity, do our lives not remain an unforgettable waltz? And I really like that a lot.
What's the paraphrase?
That was it.
That was
Let me
That's
find it.
That's
Let me
lovely.
find it. 'Cause
No,
it's
that's
actually,
that's a lovely sentiment. I got the Cliff's Notes version.
It's
of
really
it. I got it.
beautiful. It's really, I love Salinger.
Can we do another one? This is fun.
This is fun. Aren't we having fun? Get in there. Get in that
Yeah.
bowl. Get in that bowl.
Ooh.
I saw those.
All
man.
right,
A
yeah.
little bit. You know, you got to put a little English on it, you know? Just a little bit.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm curious
Ooh,
now.
is that allowed? Is that allowed? Has that happened before? Oh, we are just.
Am I allowed to?
I am so
I think
curious.
there's a.
What did it say?
Table talk is sacred. Table talk
right.
is sacred. I've been
wanna
watching
find
table
one that I
talk.
like.
I can't even believe
What are
this.
you
I don't even
doing?
want to. I don't even. I just want to. Can you just start reading and I'll pretend that this blasphemy is not occurring in front
Oh,
of me.
okay. Here we go. This is a good one.
Oh
we go,
my
guys.
word.
Annie Rodriguez says, if humans actually had mating calls, what would yours be?
Hooty hoo!
Good answer.
Really?
What up, girl?
All right, go to touch my shoulder.
Ow! Is that your mating call?
Oh my word!
Is your mating call? Ow!
That's your defense mechanism. I am petrified now. It's like, officer, I didn't even get close to her. I swear to God.
Okay, mine
I'm
is.
sorry. What's
I actually loved. I used to do that to my dad when I was younger. It would really piss him off a lot. He would like go.
If you go like this,
would go
because
like-
you're
he
going
would
to
go
do like
this.
affection or like endearing, and then you
He
give
would go
like
like
a.
this to like
you give
squeeze
that
my shoulder,
yelp.
and I'd be like, ah!
That's terrifying. That's terrifying to me. The
I mean,
idea,
it's a mating call though, so it's hot.
but it's it could be. If taken in that context, I was like, oh, I'm going to be the comforter, and then you give me this like this
This
shriek.
wounded animal.
It's terrible.
I actually think my mating call would just be like a really deep fart.
So who
That
are
would
you?
do it.
Who are you attracting in this scenario? This mating call.
Just people that are like chill with farts.
Who do? Chill with farts.
Here's
Pretty
mine.
much everybody at this office.
There you go. That'll work.
Yeah.
That's good.
touching my butt. That's mine.
Whoa! So you're just like saying what you want.
Touching
Touch my butt. Touching my butt.
touching my butt.
What happens if someone touches your butt that you don't want to touch your
Well,
butt?
wouldn't give the mating call. It's a mating call, so it's to call all
When
the
you're
mates that I
around
want.
a group of
so I'd
mates,
be around
Right.
some young studs.
some young studs. It's like a smoke bomb.
Touching my butt.
Yeah. You only throw the touch in my butt when there's like a throng, a flock, if you will, of attractive suitors.
Wrong. Good.
Fuck this SAT.
You know what it's weird because my mating call would be a fart but also I fart when somebody touches my butt that I don't want them to touch my
So
butt.
you're like, so it's
So
like
it's
saying,
also a defense mechanism.
yeah, it's like saying aloha. I don't really know what I'm getting with you.
Yeah, it's either a
It's
goodbye or a
aloha.
hello. It's,
Like, okay.
It's like
you never
aloha.
know.
Like, she farted. She's being cryptic again. It's
Shalom.
okay. She wants
Aloha.
it. She wants it.
Aloha.
Also,
Yeah.
there's pheromones in her farts too, so it's like
There are a little
releasing.
That's what they call me, mixed message Bree.
Is that a thing? Is that a real thing? Like, if a guy hasn't showered in a while, or he just like finished doing like a monster set, and he's like got the towel, and it's like, hey Bree, like I don't know. Do you feel?
Yeah,
Is that
My
musk? Is that a
dick
little
is
bit of
hard.
your
It's
dick
a
gets
thing.
hard?
Well, it depends on the
Ooh.
person. They throw these parties around the country that are like pheromone parties. So what you do is you get a white T-shirt, you wear it for 3 days straight, and then you put it in a like a Ziploc bag, and you get a number associated with your bag, and then you go to parties and you spend the whole time smelling
It's a
shirts.
sniffing party.
And
She's
you
just getting
smell 'em,
high on
and then
pheromones.
you can write down
Just
what
taking a
numbers you
whiff.
like. It's like a real dating phenomenon.
There is a character in this movie that I really like called Wetlands. And what she does, and this is super gross, what she does is she sticks her hand in her underwear and like, just like
Toss that
takes the
salad.
little, yeah.
Stir the
Okay,
trough.
and then she puts it like on her wrist and
Yeah.
like behind her ears to wear as perfume.
I love that movie.
And she gets all the D.
Yeah. Well, also she's like,
Hero.
do you want
She's
Okay.
my hero.
So
She's amazing.
this woman gets all the D, and she's your hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noted.
I mean, she should be. She's a real role model. She's very body positive in that movie.
Yeah.
Body
Yeah.
positive.
She talks about
Those
her
Germans.
butthole a whole lot.
Wait, can you explain that body positive? That sounds
I mean,
so like.
it's this.
Sex positive.
Yeah,
Sex
it's this
positive.
story
Cutting
about this
edge.
girl, this sort of nymphish girl,
I just wanted the
and
term
she like
definition.
she has a crush on a guy, and she cuts her butthole shaving, and that's like the whole movie pretty much.
The plot of the movie is so
Yeah.
she is a very she's like she's decided her life is going to be one giant sex and germ experiment.
I'm really
and she
glad
is
I asked.
describing how to shave your butthole. And when she does, she accidentally cuts her butt whole, and so she has to go to the hospital, and she falls in love with one of the nurses. And so she keeps ripping open her butthole.
Okay,
So that she
guys,
can stay in the
thanks so much
a
for joining
great
us today on
movie.
Table Talk.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
So good. Check it out.
If you'd like to submit your topics, please go to Twitter using the hashtag Table Talk, or on Reddit /r/SourceFed. Damn it, almost perfect. One take Lieberman, my ass. So thanks for watching. I'm Ricky Mizuno.
I'm Bree Esrig.
I'm Whitney Moore. Touch, bye bye.
Hooty-hoo! Bruh, 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 bruh.
Ow.
I was going to do this challenge with my dear friend Jane Poole. However, my queen and future mother-in-law really want...
started? Quiet all, we're filming. Oh, hello all you cunts.